Putin states that war has not affected Russia much, yet whines there are no orders for new aircraft.
Here's a summary of the article.
Vladimir Putin. The Russian President Vladimir Putin said that the sanctions caused by Russia's attack on Ukraine did not seem to have much effect on Russia, all the while whining that there are no orders for new planes. Details. At the same time, the Russian dictator criticized the work of the enterprises placing orders for new aircraft. The sanctions against the Russian Federation that were introduced in 2022 did not destroy the Russian economy, as initially expected. During the first few months of the Russian invasion, more than 1,000 foreign companies left the Russian market. Russians lost up to a quarter of their imports, and production in technological industries fell by up to 80% due to lack of components. The world continues to impose sanctions against the Russian Federation. New packages and confiscation of Russian assets in favor of Ukraine will follow.
This post received a score of 8,400, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You hear that, guys? Guess it's time to crank up the sanctions a bit more.
Best sanctions would be denying all Russian passports into other countries like the US and all of Europe. But they won't.
Because brain drain is a powerful sanction that costs us nothing.
Then let them ask for a work visa, or even asylum, in the embassy and deny all tourist visas. Taking pictures in the Eiffel Tower and then going back to contribute to the Russian war effort is not helping anyone except Putin.
I'd rather have a Russian spend his money in Paris than in an oligarch-owned hotel in Sochi.
Yeah, so they have no reason to complain and start protesting against the murderous regime in Moscow.
Awfully similar energy to Monty Python's Black Knight.
It's just a flesh wound. Have at you.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
I'll bite your legs off.
Okay, we'll call it a draw.
Quote, reference aside, seems kinda Russian hope with peace, but not giving up their territorial gains. May that soon end as they are chased out.
That's why you are selling oil at a 50% discount, right?
Trying to. He can't even sell at 50% discount.
He can very much sell it. China, India and other parts of Asia are still buying. But they are extorting Russia to lower the price, though not by 50%, more like 15–30%, since Russia doesn't have many other potential buyers.
100,000 families won't agree.
The other 100 of families with injuries would also not agree. But for Putin it's glorious to fight and die for the motherland, Putin himself.
Man ground 2 whole Vietnams in less than a year. Probably go down as one of the worst blunders.
He sadly lives by, you only lose if you give up, and sadly the Russian population and elites seem to agree.
The thing about intense wars is that it tends to ground people that support your rule into dust. So if you engage in a war, you better be sure that way more than half truly support you. Otherwise you'll lose your most loyal and willing to fight supporters in the war, and all you'll be left with is your most lukewarm supporters at best and your political opposition at worst, like Napoleon after his invasion of Russia.
Deflect, lie, delude, lie, more casualties, lie. Winning.
Just like our local FASC. I mean, Republicans. I'd call them Republicans or just fascists. That works, too.
Delusional.
What a stable genius. This war does not bother me much, 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 bother me much.
It bothers me a lot, and Kiev's still free.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.